Alright, I said I was gonna do it in one take. This is now take two, but hello, nerds. This is a demonstration of my survival loop, which I believe it's pretty good survival experience. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's not bad. I'm gonna start with a mostly an empty inventory. I would recommend starting with about 10 logs in your inventory, just to smooth things out. But this loop does tend to give you a surplus of logs, which means that if, down the line you're gonna want to skip trees, and I'll show you that. So you're gonna start in tile 106 and -27, and then which is that tree there, and then basically you're going to click trees down this path, and I have a picture of it in the Discord as well. One thing to note is you don't want to click on the front of a tree. You're going to want to click next to it. And the reason why, for example, is this is a straight path down there. But if I click here, I'm going to go to the north of the tree, which means that I need, or the north side of the tree, which means that I need to walk an extra tile. And the name of the game here is to walk as few tiles as possible while cutting as many trees as possible and lighting fires. So we're going to load up our inventory here. We got a pretty good haul of logs. Then you're going to click on this rock down here, which is just a nice starting point. The philosophy behind this is that whenever you light a fire, you have to walk north one tile unless that northern tile is blocked. And so the path is set or the path is designed to optimize the number of trees that you walk past, since the walking north is mandatory and thus kind of like free movement. And for every tile you walk north, you're gonna have to walk one south anyway, so we try and get as many trees on the south path as possible. So you want to minimize the amount of tiles that you travel east and west. Um, this spot right here is kind of optional. It's good to grab that tree if you're running short on logs due to, some bad luck, but otherwise it's a tile out of the way, so it's not necessarily always worth it. You never want to fill up your inventory on the way north, because for every tree that you pass, burning um on the fire side of things is, it's wasted efficiency, because that's wood that you could have gotten, and now you have to go out of your way to chop another tree on the way back south. And roughly speaking, you're gonna want, um if you have more than 15 logs in your inventory, you're going to want to start skipping trees. Uh, do So we're going to keep making our way. Golden beetles, just drop whenever is available. It's usually easiest to drop them on the way south. You could light a fire in this spot, for example, if you wanted to. If you had excess logs, for example, it doesn't cost anything. But if you are running out of logs, just skip it. It's a free space, basically. And then almost to So roughly at this point is where this last tree is your goal, but sometimes if you run out of logs, you won't quite get there, and so just cut right through there. Now let's pretend, for example, I have a whole bunch of logs in my inventory already, and so I'm gonna start skipping trees. So instead of walking to this tree over here, because that's several tiles out of the way that I have to walk this way and then eventually back this way, you could skip those two and just grab this tree and then this one. Um, Go to this guy because it should regrow by the time we get back up there, so we can grab a couple of these guys. You know, this is just an example shorter path. You use your you don't want to grab that one because it won't grow back in time, but you know, use your best judgment to kind of optimize it around the luck that you get. And then yeah, so and then it just loops like that. And then we're gonna burn back forward again until we get all the way up to the top of this, and then we're gonna go back south, chopping the trees that are designated in the picture. I think I think that's all the all the details. Cool. Are we good? We done? Awesome.